Well, hello there, ladies and gents. How the devil are you? It's finally happened. The sun is shining. Well, it was shining a minute ago. But anyway, the mercury has finally reached mid-double digits, which means it's finally warm enough to take this machine, get rid of all of this horrible wintry-looking nonsense, these disgusting great big mirrors, because it's time for summer mode. I have all of my necessary tools ready. Let's get some stuff removed off of this thing. First step, take a nifty little go-to, attach it onto the chest mount. Cool is that? So first and foremost, it's got to be the handguards to come off first, doesn't it? Select the relevant attachment from the best toolkit I've ever had, the Wearer Tool Check Plus. As ever, I've utterly Jeff Capes this on. Oh, yeah, that's got it. Screw that out far enough. Give it a bosh. That should come off nicely. Handguard 1 can come over here on the winter chair. Onto the other side. Oh dear, looks like I've Jeff Capes this one on to the point where I've rounded off the bolt a bit. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Nope, that doesn't want to play. Oh dear, Andy, what have you done? I have to get medieval on it. Too big, too small. Thought that was going to be the Goldilocks one, but no, let's go for the bigger one. So this is a Torx head bit. I'm just going to hammer it into this bolt. Hopefully this will allow me to spin the thing. Obviously, bolt's going to be knackered now, but I'll just have to get a new one for winter. There we go. Success. And there we go for another handguard. Over onto the winter chair. With the handguards off and everything looking far more naked already, let's get these mirrors out of the way. There's mirror number 1. Onto the chair of winter. Round and round it goes. When it comes off, oh yeah, there it is. Don't worry guys, winter is coming. Okay, we're looking decidedly less wintry already. Not so much of a winter-summer thing, but the grips. I did have Oxford heated grips on here, but shortly after I fitted them, I parked the bike up, the grips proceeded to kill the battery completely flat, and then they never worked again after that. So I took them off and put my stock grips back on. But as you can see, they've gone a bit weird and wobbly because I had them all bunched up because I rolled them off of the handlebars, and as a result they're all stretched and weird. So I've got myself a set of super grips, super 4-rip it looks like it says, because now that I've got the Kais heated gloves, I'm going to be leaning on those a lot more heavily. Don't need to have heated grips on the bike anymore. So hopefully these are going to come off a lot easier than last time because they're so loose and flappy. Yeah, there we go, look at that. There's one side. I would put them on the chair of winter, but they're kind of rubbish, so I'm going to chuck them in the bush. Hopefully the same can be said for the other side. A little bit more snug, but there we go. So with those grips off, I'm going to put these grips on, and I had these actually before on my Kawasaki Versus 650 back in the day, and I seem to remember they actually held onto the bars pretty well without any glue or anything. But they do require a little bit of help to get on, so I need some lubrification in there. A bit of manual grease. I'm going to get that super grip text straight, otherwise OCD is going to be going crazy. There we go. That is in position. Slipping about a bit now, but once the teen lube dries out, it should be fine. I just remembered actually, see a little hole on the top of the bar there. That's where the original stock bar ends went in. If you're curious as to how you take those off, check the link in the top right for the video when I changed the bars ages ago, although you will, once you've watched that video, also notice I've now changed the bars back because I've got these Raximo bar risers on now to give me a bit more comfort. It turned out the stock bars actually gave a much better angle for the wrists at this new height. I've got the ones that are 30 millimeters raised, and I have to say so far it's made the comfort of the bike a lot more, well, comfortable. Okay, so that's that side on. Now we can get on with sticking something into the ends of the bars. But not before strip off, because that's how warm it is now. Looks like spring is finally here. I'll put that over here on the chair of mid-season. Incidentally, AndyManCam hoodies and t-shirts are still available, and we can continue. It was a bit weird to have skin out in the air. It was like forever since I did that last. Right, next step, round bar and mirrors. Probably could have cleaned them, couldn't I? But there we go. We'll have to clean the whole bike at some point because the whole thing is absolutely min-jim. Anyway, got the bar end mirrors, and then I've got these little bar end bungs to hold them on. The idea being that the mirror goes onto this bung, clamp that down, bung itself, then goes into the end of the bar. Bolt splays the fingers apart, and the mirror is firmly clamped to the end of the handlebars. And also, thanks to having these Raximo levers with the adjustable lever length, the stock levers actually used to bash up against this, so I had to have the mirrors way up in the sky, whereas now I can have them nice and low. So exactly the same deal on the other side. And then everything is tight, making sure that the throttle grip moves. No, actually, I've just done a quick battery swap, and this thing has expanded out to its full length a bit, and it's gripping on that mirror a bit too much for my liking, so I'm actually just going to trim it off on the end there. Obviously, I'm going to have to take the mirror off to remove this piece, so here we go, nice and trimmed. Turns freely, returns freely, very nice. Looking good, almost finished. So one of the finishing touches is a bit of a, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I've got these little bungs, which are supposed to go into the wing mirror post there because the mirrors are not there anymore. But I've also got a ram ball mounty thing. It potentially gives me another camera mounting position, which, to be honest, I've used a few times in a pinch when this one on the front's come loose, for example. So I think on this side, I'm going to go with the ram ball. Even though it does stick up a bit, it's not the best looking, it kind of ruins my relatively tidy bar area. But the fact remains, I want to make videos, don't I? And being able to mount cameras in places on the bike makes that a lot easier. And let's be honest, this looks a lot tighter than having a great big clamp, much like this one on the back here, mounted onto the handlebars. With this, I can lose that, gain this, smash a camera on the front. I mean, to be honest, that's where I actually had the 360 camera mounted for, I think, pretty much most of my tour, if not at least the whole of the Korsglockner day. I know that because I literally just finished editing it. As ugly as it is, I'm going to leave that where it is. Whereas on this side, yeah, I could leave that in there. The other option is to actually undo this clamp, flip it round so that the post is sticking downwards. But I also think that doesn't look so tidy because you end up with this thing sticking out the bottom. And also, worst of all, the word up there is suddenly upside down, and I'm not going to be able to sleep with that going on. So I'm going to go for the simple, easy option. Stick in my little aluminium filler bung. There we go. That's tidy enough. And obviously, before I forget, give this a pinch just so that it's a little bit tight. Not too tight. It's aluminium into aluminium, soft metal into soft metal. There we go. That is in. And there we go, we are pretty much finished, except there's one thing left. It's got nothing to do with any of this, or summer or winter, but while I've got the bike on the stand, the lovely folks over at one of my favourite brands, CB Moto, noticed the other day that I've still got the old fork protectors on. And they have created new ones, so they very kindly sent one over, and I'm just going to quickly smash that on as well. And this is a painfully easy job. Take the old ones out, wash the new shaft in, getting it as even as possible, ensure the right spacer on the right side, obligatory thread lock, flat spacer on this side with the obligatory thread lock. Oh, I just said Fred lock. Hi, I'm Fred Lock, 18 Newton meters of torque. We then stick one of these spacers, bung itself goes over the top of that. Washer self-locking flange nut. That's a great name, isn't it? Sometimes I lie awake at night dreaming of being a self-locking flange nut. 18 Newton meters of torque, click the spring onto the cap goes in the hole, and bosh, we're in. Of course, same around here on the other side, and then we're done. That is the CB1000R in summer mode, bar and mirrors, new grips, main mirror's gone, handguards gone, and we are ready to carve up some summer riding. Oh, wait a minute, back away from the keyboard. I know what you're going to say. Andy, what happened to your bar and indicators? Well, yes, I used to have Kellerman bar and indicators on here, and since I've gone back to the stock bars, I haven't drilled holes in these yet to put the wiring through for the bar and indicators, but that is a job which is on the list. Sadly, wasn't enough time available for today, but fear not. These horrible things will be getting removed and replaced once again with the much cooler Kellerman bar and indicators, but that's a job for the future. As always, links to as many of these things as I can possibly fit in the description will be in the description. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you out there on this beastie. Ta-ra!